a guest on the show today. Ooh. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adenike Olakunle. So today we are doing couples tag. That's why we have Captain here, Mr. Olakunle. Say hello to my subscribers.
Hello, our subscribers.
All right, so today we are doing couples tag.
Okay.
So we have some questions that has been written down, and we are going to be answering those questions. Both of us we are going to be answering the questions.
Okay.
Right. So let's go by, what's your full name?
My name is Oluwagbemiga Johnson Olakunle.
Oluwagbemiga. This is the first time you actually call your name Oluwagbemiga.
Because an official interview.
So, how and where did we meet? You go first.
Officially, we met in Union Bank, but psychologically, I believe that we've met before that time.
What does psychologically have to do with our meeting?
The reason why I said officially and psychologically is that anytime I'm trying to reflect how our meeting take place, it look as if I've seen you before that time, which I'm still thinking up to today that your face look familiar, but I couldn't remember where we've met.
Maybe we met in our past life.
I don't know if such things exist.
Well, so we met at Union Bank, and how did we meet?
I met you in Union Bank Clinic at the post of your duty.
As what?
As clinic nurse.
Right. What brought you to the clinic that day?
I think I always have recurrent catarrh because I'm allergic to dust. So most of time I used to have to sneeze. So that day I think is one of the bad day when I have this recurrent catarrh. So I just went to clinic to get a drug, and the moment I saw you, I couldn't get myself. I like you because you are beautiful. You caught my attention, then we started from there. I started from there.
Oh my God. Okay. So my whole side of the story. We met in Lagos. I was working as a clinic nurse while he was a system administrator, working as a vendor in the bank. So he came to the clinic that day. He said he was having catarrh and headache, and I attended to him just like I usually do to every other patient. I did not know that our uncle has seen the beautiful face, and and is a nurse for that matter. Fine girl, kind girl, So that's how we met. Right? Where was our first date?
I think it was November 2016. I can't say specifically the date, but our first date was in Lagos Kitchen in Marina. one of the two kitchen that we have in very close to Union Bank that time. So that is when we had our first date.
Right. So I agree with that. I think it was in November and 2016. Yeah. Did you officially tell me that we should go on a date, or did it just happen?
I did not officially invite you for a date, but when I saw you, you have been a friend with a colleague.
Yeah.
That time, and while we were sitting in the office, I heard him talking about you. So, and I know that that you have been talking, and I told him to invite you for a dinner so that we can go together. So that is how the outing took place?
So my own side, I think that we had a friend in common, and that friend was like a brother to me because we got talking because his wife was a nurse, and he went to Lautech, and that's how we started talking. Oh, you went to Lautech? Yeah, I was there as well. Okay. And my wife is actually a nurse, so that's how we started talking, me and that his friend. So his friend just called me after he had come to the clinic. His friend called me and said, can we have lunch together? I was like, okay, no problem. I was even skeptical because I was thinking that his friend was going to ask me out, and I knew that he had a wife. I usually don't do that, but because he told me, he was already treating me like a brother, a sister. So that's why I decided to go on that lunch. And on getting there, I saw uncle. I even thought, okay, maybe because they are friends, they came together to eat. Until he said, oh, it was Benga that said he should invite me for this lunch, and he's the one responsible for the lunch. He was the one that paid and all of that. I was like, why can't he just ask me by himself and tell me to come on a lunch date with him? I was like, okay, no problem. So that was our first date. So yeah, what was your first impression of me?
Your caring attitude.
Oh, I'm a caring person. That's what you say.
Caring attitude, then the way you handle your job.
Oh my God.
Got me attracted, and I love it.
Oh.
So apart from being beautiful, because that is the first attraction to me. Beauty is first attraction, then you are not beautiful alone, but you still have the attitude, caring attitude, and diligent.
Okay, so I came across to him like as a beautiful, good attitude, caring and diligent person. That was your first impression of me. When I first met him, to be quite honest, I never thought of anything. So just like every other patient, the first time we met, I just treated him the way I would treat every other patient, not as so I didn't have any impression. I just knew that he was a quiet person. And it was after we now went on that lunch, and he now told me he wants me to be his wife. I was like, you didn't even say I want you to be my girlfriend. You didn't even say you want me to be you want us to be friends. You just said I want to marry you. Like, I was like, how can somebody see you on a first time and they made up their mind that they want to marry you? I'm like, this guy must have some strong audacity. Like, so even though you were a quiet person, you were decisive. You knew what you wanted, and that was my first impression of you. So let's move to the next question. So how did you know I was the one?
Well, initially when I saw you, I didn't know. I just wanted to start a relationship. But along the line, I have a conviction with that, yes, I'm in the right track, that we are actually meant together, because in the process we have some issues, that the way we handle it, and then the inner weakness, the peace of mind, and some other things. And I had a revelation then, that a kind of a conversation within my spirit, which I believe that I think it was God that was talking to me. It described how good and the real good and the fake good looked to me. Because at that time, I think I was dating someone else. So at that point, I need to decide between Adenike and that person. So when I was thinking, God was asking me that, can you describe how real good look like? How can you identify good when you see it, and when you see the fake good? I tried to describe everything, but what would be the end result of the fake one? I told him that, okay, if I purchase a fake good, at the end of the day, when you see a fake gold, it's more shiner, brighter than the real gold. But the brightness of the fake one will not last longer. But the real one will be longer. So the fake gold get attracted to people by its shyness. But the real one is not that shine, but it shine more and more and more longer than the real one. So that kind of conversation get me convinced that yes, if I'm to go by what I can see, Adenike is the right answer to what I'm actually looking for. So that is how I now decided that, okay, I'm going this way.
Okay, so my turn. To be quite honest, I did not think that it was the one, because I had my standard, like, oh, I wanted a tall, dark, I told you before, I wanted a tall, dark, handsome, fluent in English, can dish out all these wisdom nuggets, perspire to like that. But so, and it was not anywhere close to any of these my standard. So I didn't see him as the one. At that time, I was even almost in a relationship where the guy was perfect. He had all the qualifications. It's just that our genotype was not rhyming. It was in contradiction, because I'm AS and it was AS. So at the time, we were really considering it, like that. And then he came along and he didn't meet up to that expectation. I was like, God, this can't be God's will for me. You know when God is telling you and you are just arguing with God, like, that's not possible. I remember we in January 2017, you told me that, okay, we were having the fasting and prayer, and we decided to both go to engage God in the fasting and prayer. Yeah, I remember we had that discussion, and I was saying that I was not sure that, but I'll give it a thought and I'll pray about it. So during that fasting and prayer time, I was truly engaging, because I just wanted a God to be there, because if it is not according to my standard, and then I just need God to lead me. So we were engaged on that fasting and prayer, and I was praying, and then God gave me confirmations in different places through different things. I had dreams. I had people, like random strangers, telling me stuff. I remember I told you we went for a program in Elupeju, Fountain of Life, and when we're in the bus, one woman was just talking to me when me and Tosin were talking, and he just said exactly the same thing. And the woman told me about a child who has gone to do her master's, and how she met someone that was not up to standard, and they thought, and then everything was coming together. Like, this was a total stranger. So after all of those things, I think the final one was a dream about I was celebrating. I can't remember what the celebration. I told you. It was not a celebration. It was not a birthday. I just know that I was celebrating something, and I needed something very important. People were giving me gifts in that dream, and I received quite a lot of attractive gifts, wrapped in good designs and all of the fine wrappers. And I received one that was wrapped with old newspaper. I can remember Alawiye. This Alawiye newspaper. And I was unwrapping all the gifts. But I didn't see what I needed. They were not, on opening them, they were not things I needed. So after a while, the person that gave me that gift said, "Oh, I gave you gifts on your birthday." And I was like, "Oh, I saw it, thank you." And then the person said, "Oh, did you actually check the gift?" I was like, "Oh, I received so many gifts, I will check it." And it was just that one gift wrapped with dirty Alawiye that I did not unbox. So I eventually opened it, and it was exactly what I needed. And that was it. Like, Benga was not, it doesn't have the outside look of what I wanted, what I desire, but the content that he has is what exactly God wants for me. Like, who could have handled this ambitious girl with wild dreams? Who could have better been my husband? Just what I needed, right? So that was it, and I knew that this is what God was telling me, because appearance, no. Even he was carrying robo hair on his head. Everything was looking, everything. I was like, I told his friend, I can't date this guy. Like, let him go and cut his hair. Let him go and start looking, at least if he doesn't have, he's almost bald. Why is he keeping his hair? Let him go and barb his let him go and barb his hair and all of that. So, and he was willing to be doing all of those things. If I notice something, I say, oh, I don't like this thing. He will say, oh, really? It doesn't know, because now it's from one local place.
What do you mean?
It's from one local place. So it's not fashionable.
Don't mention your village here.
Shut up. So, but I mean, he was willing to work with me to achieve, all the good things that, as we are looking both good together. I can say I've done a good job, and it's because he's willing to learn, unlearn, and change things, and do things differently. So I bless God for that. Right? How long have we been together? So
I think 4 years.
We dated 2 years, and then we married 2 years. Yeah, 4 years. Right. So what do you love about me?
I love about your zeal, go-getting, and then honesty. To me, when you tell me something, I don't need to check back, because that is it. You don't lie, you don't like lying. You love God. You love God. So that is it.
Right. What I love about you, quite a lot of things. You are caring. You are loving. You just want me. You want like my life to be easy. You are always about making my life easy, and even if I don't tell you all the time, I know that you want me to. You are like my pillar on this earth. I mean, ever since we met, you just want me to achieve the things I want to achieve. You don't want my marriage to you to be a setback for me. You are always watching out for me. Everything we do is for my interest. Like, how can somebody be so selfless, And I'm really grateful for all of that attitude about you.
You're welcome.
So, right. So how have we been able to keep a healthy relationship?
Openness, then dialogue.
Yes.
We talk it out. We don't sweep things under the carpet. So, and then we are ready to forgive each other. We are ready to compromise. Because I can remember when we were dating. Do you know something that we used to fight about then? When you cook, you leave your plate. When you eat, you will not wash the plate on. I will now be wondering that. So, is this the way my kitchen? If I marry this woman, the kitchen will be littering. All those things, they are just things that can walk over. During that time, I said, well, this is just a minor thing. If that is her weakness, and she's not covering it, she told me that way. In our own house, when they finish eating, they will rest. So she can't be washing plates after eating, because she will need to rest so that the food digests. But in our own house, the moment you finish your eating, go to the kitchen, wash it, put the plate back. So, but all those things we used to fight about it. But the reason why I'm saying this is about the being compromised,
Making compromises.
compromises. Because when I notice that okay, that is well, this is me, then I have to take it upon myself. Whenever she's strong or she's tired, I step in.
Basically
So,
complement each
we
other.
complement each other, which is the essence why God created marriage.
Yeah, so what I would say that has been helping us is actually openness. We are both open. We don't if we don't like something, we just talk about it, and we are ready to make compromises. We are ready to shift ground, learn new things, complement each other. About that, when I finish cooking, I'm probably tired, and I can't have the energy to be washing plates just immediately. And when I to now think that you cook and then you now eat, you'll be tired. I don't know how you do it, if you're able to do it. So, but of course, sometimes, even now that we are married, sometimes as I'm cooking, I'm doing my washing so that I don't have loads of backlogs on when I'm done. So we are ready to make compromises. We talk about things. We don't. I don't think I can sleep if we are having things. We have to talk about it, even if it means sleeping at 2 o'clock, 3. I remember there was a time we slept late. You remember that day?
Yes, the day that I told you you were alive.
Oh my God, yes. So we have been able, with God on our side, yes, we've been able to. I think both of us want to please God, even in this marriage. So I don't want to go to hell because I'm married. So we talk about things, and we learn from them, and we keep it going. Well, your favorite food. I don't think you have a favorite food.
I don't think so.
My husband doesn't have a favorite food, but I have a favorite food.
Yes.
Tell me.
You love semo and efo.
Yes, I do. I love semo and efo. Right? So what are the things that I don't like? You already said part of it.
Yes, you don't like people to, apart from lying, you don't like people to doubt you or to assume you.
Assume things about me, yes.
So you don't like someone to assume what you mean. So if you don't understand, better you ask her. Just don't assume about what she's saying.
Yes, I don't like it when people assume things that I've not said. It makes me feel like you can ask me if you really want to know. Like, ask me questions. I like to answer people. I mean, I'm a person that is really approachable. I can tell you I'm approachable. Instead of assuming, just ask me direct questions and I'll answer you. That's me. So yes. What are the things you don't like?
What are the things I don't like? You should answer.
Benga likes to be respected.
I don't like someone to disrespect.
You don't like someone to disrespect you. So if you
maybe because I'm when the short people don't like
short people syndrome.
Yes, maybe that is the reason.
Because I'm
but I don't know. Maybe to you.
No, yes. Even to your friends, I can remember if somebody is talking to you somehow, you feel like they are disrespecting you.
Okay.
You remember? I don't want to mention. Hey, this one, I will open your nyash like this. Words, habits of each other. Tell me the word habits I have before I mention your own.
No, first mention your own. No, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Benga mess anyhow. Benga will just be messing. It's weird. I find it weird. And it just be all the You see? Just as we are talking, you are messing. Oh, why are you like this? You're like, oh my God. Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah,
Tell me the word habits I have.
Anyway, you can sleep. You can sleep.
Oh my god. I know. I don't enjoy. I like to sleep. I mean, if you are working hard, you should sleep harder. If you are working hard, you should sleep harder. To be quite honest, I believe that I'm able to do all the things I'm doing because I try to sleep and rest in between. And that's why I believe that other people would break down almost all the time. So I believe I
You
refuel.
can sleep for a whole day.
Come on, I can only sleep for 12 hours. What's
12
there?
hours.
I can sleep for 12 hours non-stop, but I try as much as possible not to let it be up to 12 hours, So yeah, wet habits done. What do we argue about? What do we argue about the most?
We argue about things that we think that we have different opinion about it. Just like maybe 2 days ago, we argue about your experiment. So we can. We don't really.
He's a very logic person. We don't argue about one thing that we argue about the most, but we argue about things, random things that because he's a logic person, he doesn't take things like like that. He will subject it to so many other.
That is the way experiments work.
He's subjected to so many other things, and we just be bringing the logic. A funny movie to every other person in this world, he will argue. He will check, and say, but what does this mean? They did not even teach us. I remember we went to watch one movie together. Everybody was saying, oh, this film was nice, it was funny. My husband was like, so what did we learn in everything? So he's a really logical person, and he tried to explain things by logic. So we argue about things that does not reason with his logic, not one thing, just anything. And who said I love you first? Obviously it was you.
Yes.
Yeah. But who is most romantic?
It's you.
You gave it to me.
Yes, I gave it to you.
Yes. I'm the most romantic person in this.
And you were made from the finished product. I was made from the crude product.
Oh!
So after it has been refined, you were now.
I was now made.
Yes. So that is why you are.
I believe. I strongly believe. What pisses you off? What gets you hungry?
Angry? Tell me now.
There's not one thing. There's not one thing. I mean, like I said, you don't like to be disrespected, and you don't like to correct one thing more often, more like all the time.
Yes.
Like switch off the light. Like it gets you hungry like that. You don't like to correct me too much. You want me to take it once and for all.
So what gets you angry?
Well, I think about the same thing.
And then if you tell someone, you tell me things millions times, and I will forget.
Yes. Yeah.
Your rota. I don't know how you expect me to know your shift for a whole week, a whole month.
I want him to remember everything that I have told him.
I don't know, because to me, I don't know why I'm forgetting. But
because your mind is not there. That's why I now get angry. I'll say you're not putting me in your mind.
Okay.
All right. Do we have nicknames for each other?
You don't have nickname for me, but I have for you.
You think I don't have for you?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, tell me, which nickname do you have for me?
MSH.
I know that one. I know. What is the full meaning of MSH?
My smile of hope.
Why I don't call you baby dear all the time is because I believe that your name is sweet and your name has meaning, and the meaning is is what
Calling.
calling. Yes,
Because
like
it's
Oluwagbemiga.
Yeah.
Yeah, like God uplifted me.
Mm.
So it's a name that I like. I love the name. You see that when you are hungry, when I'm hungry as well, and we are trying to settle things, you notice that I call you Oluwagbemiga. Like I call your name in full all those times. So because the name has meaning to me, that's why I don't, even though I call you captain, like I call you captain because you are the captain of this home, you are the captain of my heart, and I don't want
So
other
not
people
that
to
I'm not
disrespect
actually
you.
a military man.
No, now come on. And I don't want other people to disrespect. You know the issue of people will be calling or your husband's name, they'll be calling your husband their name.
Their names.
Do you know my husband's age? Like if you can call him captain, that's fine. So like for example, when I make post on Instagram and somebody wants to say something about you, they will say, oh, captain was they don't actually call you your name. So that is, I make that name so that other people can address you as my captain. But your name is meaningful and I love it. So
Thank you.
yeah. So guys, okay. I think that is all.
The last one.
What do you only know about me that no one else does?
Yeah, that is, I think I've said it. Like assumption.
Yeah.
Then apart from that, another thing that I know about you, that when people are looking at you outside, they will think that you are calm and cool-headed babe. But me, I know that you.
What do you mean?
When you enter it with me, that is when they will know that. If they see you when you enter it with me, and you will know that so see the calm babe that we used to.
What do you mean by enter it with me?
You know now.
Are you saying that I'm not a gentle wife?
I'm not saying you are gentle or you are not a gentle wife, but what I'm trying to tell you is that other things that people don't know about you. That is what I'm telling them. That
you
they
know
that they should not step on your toes.
If
they step on your toes and you have to react with them, you are not quiet.
I'm not quiet, but I'm gentle. I mean, people used to see me as a quiet person outside. So you know that I'm not quiet. So now, what it means is that I am myself with you.
So you are yourself with me.
Yes. I am able to be when I'm with you. I'm able to be. You should be happy.
Yes. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
So
that reminds me of something that we did while we were dating. That helped us. Both of us we are open. We don't. We did not hide habit, attitude to ourselves.
Yes. We didn't hide when we were
dating. I know
dating.
that when we were dating, I used to mess like this when you know me. Even I mess anyhow when we are going.
Oh my God.
So the people that are intending to marry, they should not hide the character who they are. They should be open to each other so that the prospective husband or prospective wife will be able to know that this is what I'm going to deal with when I marry this person.
So if it is something that you can't undo right there
I hope prospective husband, prospective wife is right?
Well, I think so. I mean, prospective,
yes.
Yeah. You are going soon to be wife or
yes.
soon to be husband. They would know that, oh, this is who this person is, or these are the habits this person have.
So that
if they can handle it, they will go ahead. If not, everybody will go their separate way. It won't be that, oh, you now get in and you now find out that, oh, this thing, I did not know that this. Well, I think one thing that we're not able to explore when we're single is the fact that I was not able to tell if you will be all touchy and if you will be attacking me in the kitchen, in the bathroom, or everywhere. We're not able to test it, so we didn't know. Now we are
now I'm not doing that.
He's not doing that, and I'm beginning to think that
So
oh
what are you now
God.
saying?
No, it's an habit that you will learn eventually.
But how do you want to test that?
We wouldn't have been able to test it because we were Christians and we were restrained by the Holy Spirit.
So
Well, when it comes to that angle, I think it's just it is whatever you find in your box that you just build on, and you can change it. We can't. It's something that you can learn if you want. I mean, I've told you I want to be slapping my bum bum, to be smashing, taking, grabbing, and all of that. I mean, it's something that we can learn and we can talk about. So I don't think it's a problem to discover that angle in marriage. So yes, so that is all. I thought it would be longer than this. That is all that we are going to be talking about in this episode of Couples Tag. So by the time I'm going to be uploading this video, it will be my husband's birthday. So I want you guys to show some love to my husband, who made a guest appearance on my channel, by wishing him happy birthday in the comment section, and sending me comments on my post on Instagram to wish him a happy birthday. Follow me on Instagram at the Saint Nurse. Well, celebrity husband.
Saint husband.
Saint husband is Captain Olakule on Instagram. Thank you so much for answering me, because I know you would not normally do this. So thank you so much for coming on board.
Welcome.
I will reward you with shawarma, nutritious shawarma this evening.
No problem.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.